Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm new to this. What is it? Electron Js, but this is something so interesting about it. I'm quite excited. As you can see here, I have a database, a SQL database that I was trying to use, and I realized, you know what? Uh, it'll do much better if I go ahead and use something called Firebase. Um, this whole app was just built very is built on a very light footprint, and I'm still building it on a very light footprint. I mean, look at the work, all the code base that I have is just almost serverless, right? I mean, it's Node.js, and then we have a Firebase um, authentication and Firebase storage. We have the Fire Auth and whatever, Firebase Auth and Firebase DB, which is the Fire Store, and the reference for the storage bucket where we store all our media and everything media related. And we have our entry point, which is like the package JSON, which explains pretty much what the app is. It's like COVID app. This is the COVID 19 OGSL app for case tracking and online treatment of COVID or coronavirus cases. Uh, Actually, I am very skeptical about what I said here. It could be for more than that, because I'm about to add a functionality of anonymous, not anonymous, but volunteering FaceTiming angel doctors is what I call them. So if a doctor or a physician just wants to go and look at a map and just randomly select any geolocation on the map, referring to a human being who's been infected with coronavirus, they can actually just go ahead and give a recommendation of treatment, a recommendation of things to do whenever the symptoms start to progress, and what to do. And that could be very useful for like the department of disaster management. So it's something that I'm thinking about just now. So if you come down, I don't have that many dependencies because voila, this is very light app. I mean, I should have known about Electron so many years ago. I would have used Electron for everything. Maybe that wasn't a good thing. Maybe it's just good that I didn't know about Electron. So it's just everything is in an HTML file and basic JavaScript and Node.js. This is the main entry point, stipulated right here, main.js. So the main JavaScript file is this one, which is a Node.js with some Node imports, requiring Electron modules into the app, and therefore I can be able to use native browser windows, but they call them browser windows, but essentially they are windows, because they use the Chromium engine, and it's cross-platform, which means if you look at this, if process.platform equals to Darwin, not equals to Darwin, which is like Mac, that means this is for the whole Mac toolbar area. If we close the application so that the icon on the Mac can actually just be removed, you have to just add this one line of code. I mean, this makes it cross-platform. I can actually I can debug, not debug. I can deploy on Mac, Linux, and Windows with the same code base. So it's pretty cool. So I can come here and say npm start. Npm start referring to this thing right here. This is the keyword, and this is the whatever the this is the alias for electron.start. So you'll see that if I start this, it's going to do this again, electron dot, which actually just brings up an instance of the runtime version of our app, right? So this is so cool. I wish I would have known about this a long time ago. This is my authentication document. It's just one JavaScript file, just the whole authentication document. I mean, this is so cool. I can say memento Morrison, like memento mori name. Yeah. So if you want to create a profile, you just come here and you have your name, um, your picture, and you can just come and select whatever that you. So I'm creating a new user here, and oh, why am I? Yeah, so it's Memento Morrison at the Kingdom, because he works for the Kingdom, right? thekingdom.com, and we have a password, and we sign up. And because I did not in my I did not clear, because remember it takes a promise, the sign in button, prevent default, and it takes a promise, a Firebase auth sign in with user and password. It did not I did not select to clear this file, so there's no error, which means we're signed up. So I can just take this email again, mementomorrison@gmail.com, and I can just come in and log in and see what's going to happen, if it's going to take me through, which would actually mean we are actually signed up as Memento Morrison. Sign in. Yeah, actually I have an error, but it's not gonna show because I did not validate. I haven't done the validation yet, but let's just, it's wrong password, so let's just enter the right password and see what happens. So yeah, right ahead we actually go through with my profile image, and we actually just see a large map area here, and in the map area we're going to find a location of where we currently are located, right? Which is great. I mean, here maps is so cool. It can even show us traffic conditions of what's happening around. But here the thing is, the thing I'm most interested in is to create clusters, right? Not even clusters, actually. To create what is this? Epicenters, and surround those areas with yeah, a good marking of where the epicenters are. Yeah, so basically the admin area will have such a huge population of all these markers all over the world, or if the world, or in South Africa, just showing where all the doctors are, and where all the patients are. And because the admin side, the SDK, because I'm using Firebase, it's gonna be so easy, because it's gonna be just a whole admin SDK populated throughout the entire place, and you'll be able to just click on one of the markers and just go to a random patient that you choose, and be able to see who it is, and be able to give a diagnostic, your own personal diagnostic, as an angel doctor, and over the counter meds and average carbs. And obviously you won't see some of these things like the info of patient. I mean, another thing that I want to add now is the FaceTiming functionality, where the doctors are able to just FaceTime their patients. um, so it's something that I'm doing with very minimal code base, because I'm only learning this now. I mean, look at this. I started, it's just for the whole thing I've done is just in 4 JavaScript. Let me just show you in a moment. It's 4 requires, right? It's just 4 of these guys, and it's just 2 Node.js script, and the rest are just jQuery and other common scripts that just don't really have that much of an effect, and validated.js, which is not yet used. So I can remove all of this, and this whole thing is done in those 4 JavaScript. Wow, this is pretty impressive for a very light framework. And they say it's a slow framework. Not the case at all. It is quite fast. I've tested it. I've seen how fast this thing is, and I've looked at performance wise, because you can actually check it through the developer tools. It's really good performance. So I like it. If anybody has an idea for me, just let me know, and maybe we could collaborate. Awesome.